Okay, and finally, let's go over our arid climates, our B types of climates, of which there are two different types. Okay, so again, these are generally found between 15 degrees and 30 degrees north and south of the equator. Some are steppes, which are these vast semi-arid grasslands. They're too dry to support forests, but on the other hand, they get enough moisture so they're not technically deserts. And they're under the influence of the high pressure systems. Usually they're found in mountain rain shadows, and I'll show you examples of that on the next slides. Um, so this is where we tend to see them. So you have arid and semi-arid. So again, these types of climates, it's not so much the temperature as it is the amount of moisture. It's that determines whether they're a dry climate or not. Okay, so you can be really hot or you can be fairly cold and still be a desert. So notice, here's the Sahara, of course, where everybody knows. Over here in the United States, the Mojave and the Sonoran deserts, again, on the rain shadow of the mountains here. So it creates, the air comes down the mountains, it's compressed, warms up, and there's no evaporation, or no moisture, and so we get these very, very arid areas. And then, of course, in the center of Australia, here's the Taklamakan Desert, that first slide I showed you at the very first of the lecture. Then we have our semi-arid, where you get a little moisture, you get grasses, but no forests. And notice they're usually on the sides, either side of the arid climates. So you can have tropical, subtropical, hot desert climates where the average temperature is above 18 degrees centigrade. You might get a little rain, but not very much. Or you can have the cold desert climates where they get lower temperatures. So here's Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. So notice here, the average annual temperature all year is above 18 degrees centigrade for the whole year. And hardly any moisture at all. So that's your hot desert. Then you have your tropical hot steppes. They exist around the edges of the hot deserts. Okay, so you get some precipitation, but usually beneath 60 centimeters. And then you get your mid-latitude cold steppe climates, your BSKs. They're poleward of 30 degrees latitude. Don't find them in the southern hemisphere, but you get some rainfall. So this is up in Canada again. So we're a little further north. And again, very, very little rainfall. But notice that the temperatures are still cold. In the winters, you get below freezing. So it's a desert, but it's a cold desert, a steppe one. So you get enough moisture to support these grasses. So you see a lot of wheat growing up here, for example, but not enough for any forests. Okay, so that's it for your B climates, your dry climates. So again, the book has these covers these in more detail. So pay attention to this. Go through the characteristics of the A, B, C, D's, and E's, the different subcategories, and then in your mastering, you're going to get some exercises that will put these on a map for you and ask you to identify certain characteristics in certain areas where these different types of climates exist. Okay.